Hi, and welcome back to Wednesday Wisdom. I'm Isaac. This is Kana from Judaica.com. We apologize, by the way. We are, what is it? It's about 40 minutes later than we normally go, because here at Judaica.com, we are customer-centric. So you guys can be very happy about that. Both Khan and I were on the phone with customers trying to help them through their purchase journey, which is important. All right, today, what are we talking about here?
We are going to be talking about Mezuzah Scrolls or cloths or parchments, however you want to refer to them, and what goes inside of a mezuzah. So,
okay, great, cool. So as we know, there's a mitzvah to on the doorpost. It's not just on the front door; it's any door really that's usable, any archway, any type of entrance, exit. Obviously not to a bathroom, but
that's an exception.
But you're supposed to put a mezuzah on every door, and in the mezuzah, it's not just a pretty case. In fact, the case is not important.
Right.
Well, it's semi-important to make the mitzvah beautiful, which is a different mitzvah.
Right.
But the real mitzvah of mezuzah is the parchment that goes inside it. This is called a cloth. It is supposed to be handwritten on what is it's not just parchment, it's like cowhide.
Right.
So it's written in special ink by a trained scribe with the letters being a very specific way. The letters can't touch. A lot of rules and regulations involved in making of the mezuzah. So I want to tell you, I looked it up. There's a very nice story about the mitzvah of mezuzah in general. So the mezuzah, obviously, in the time, the derivative of the mitzvah, where the mitzvah is derived from, it's not the derivative, it's derived from, is during the holiday of Pesach, when at the 10th plague, the plague of the firstborn, so God commanded us to paint the doorposts with the blood of the Korban Pesach, and that was how He knew to pass over, obviously. Skip over. Well, Passover being the genesis of the name of the holiday, in English at least.
Right.
Which houses were contained the Jews. So the mitzvah of mezuzah really gives over a lot of protection to spiritual and honestly, in the case obviously, it's physical protection as well. So there's a story, there's a parable brought down that the Gemara talks about it, where kings generally sit, earthly kings sit on the inside of their palace. They sit on their throne, and they protect their subjects that are coming through into the throne room. That's what they're supposed to protect their subjects. But the way that God protects us is completely different. It's not that we have to go in to see Him on the doorpost. On every doorpost in our house, going out, especially going out of the house and coming into the house, there is where the protection lies, and that's where God's protecting us on the outside. And actually brings us to a very, very old custom to kiss the mezuzah as you're going in and out of the room.
Exactly.
So the mezuzahs come in a lot of different sizes. We have actually these two here. This is a 12 centimeter size. It's done in the metric system, by the way. It's always done in the metric system. I don't know why, but this is a 12 centimeter. This is a 10 centimeter. This is actually, I think this is a 6 centimeter scroll. Yeah, 6. So the smallest size is really like a 6 centimeter.
Yeah.
They get more expensive the smaller they get, because as you can see, the writing is very much more difficult. Generally they come in, also standard size is 6, 7, you got a 10 centimeter, which is this size, 12 centimeter, and then you get to bigger sizes. Generally you go up to a 15 centimeter, and I've even seen a 20 centimeter.
Correct. And those are like synagogue.
Yeah, those are more like ceremonial type things. Generally people don't have a 20 centimeter mezuzah on their house. It's rather large.
Right.
The mezuzah is rolled up, generally into some type of plastic to keep it safe, because if it goes on the outside, you've got to be careful of water. It's susceptible to the change in temperature. You try also for a mezuzah cover, especially ones that are going on the outside, they have like hermetically sealed ones where it won't allow moisture in. And I think, especially when you're dealing with major changes in temperature, it's got to be something you got to be careful of. And we we have a number of mezuzah cases which have
Yes.
like hermetically sealed plugs. But I wanted to talk a little bit. About 2 years ago, we pulled every parchment we have off this. You weren't with us then,
No.
but we pulled every parchment that we had off of the site. And you know why we did that?
I think it had to do with whether they were written properly or not.
Correct. So obviously the entire basis of the mitzvah, of the commandment, is that it's done in a kosher way. And our suppliers, honestly, we could not guarantee that what we had was kosher. So we pulled every single one of them off the site, and we were out of mezuzah cloths for, I would say, a good 6 months, until what I did was I went and I found a group of sofars, of scribes, that were going to write the mezuzah specifically for me. They're checked by 2 other people. So the mezuzah that's written by the scribe is then checked by two other sofars, and then also on a computer. The computer checks it as well to ensure the fact that the mezuzah is kosher. And I just wanted to clue you in. You may or may not know, and just by looking at it is not a real indication, because this one looks great. I don't know if you can see. It looks really nice. The handwriting is nice. It's very small. This is printed on a computer.
Wow.
Yeah, and the printer is using a cloth. It's a real cloth, but it is printed.
Wow.
Yeah, that's on a laser printer. So you would never know. And we get people coming in. We get stores calling us all the time. You know, we want to buy the mezuzahs, and I'm like, okay, the mezuzah, you know, we're the retail price on our mezuzahs are $50. The cloths, they're not cheap.
No.
And they're like, okay, what's the wholesale price? I'm like, we're not making money on the mezuzah. That's not where we sit there to make money. We're not we deal only in kosher mezuzahs, and we want to make sure that we'll make our money on the case. But the mezuzah itself is not a place where we cover administrative costs, but that's really it. And the store's like, oh no, I need to be paying much less than that. And I tell them all the time, and I say, honestly, they tell me what the price is that they pay for it, and I tell them, it's not kosher.
Right.
There's no way that the price you're paying for the mezuzah for the cloth is going to mean that's kosher. Just the economics of it don't work. And so you have to be very, very careful. This one, actually, I'll tell you where I pulled this off of. My mother has a store in New Jersey, in Englewood. And I went there one day to visit her, and I saw this on the door, and I'm like, yeah, not going to work. Right. So I pulled it off, and I put up a kosher mezuzah, but I leave this in my office as an example of, what not to do. Right. Don't do this. What else? I don't have to talk about. Anything else what else do we want to talk about here with this?
I think an important thing to note is we do sell the cases and the cloths separately, so that if for some reason you don't know what size you need to get, or they do come in different. They come in Ashkenaz and Sfard, so if you want the wording a little differently, that is available. That's right.
There's different. Right. Oh, and that's also what we'll talk about was that there are. You'll notice on our website it says Ashkenaz or Sfard. That does not mean that if you're Ashkenaz, you can't buy the Sfard. First of all, Sfard in this situation is the Nusach. It is not the area where your family comes from.
Right.
So if you're coming from Spain or Northern Africa or the Middle East, you might be Sephardi, but that does not make it. It's not it's the style of writing. The text does not change. It is the same text on every mezuzah. Right. The nuances happen a little bit in the style of the letters, and that's it. So I wouldn't worry. Don't worry. Don't be thrown off by I can't buy Sfard. Right. First of all, that might actually be. You might be Ashkenaz, and your minhag might be to have the Sfard mezuzah. Mm-hmm. So just that is it's a common misconception that I find with it's an education piece that we need to do a little better on. Anyway, if you need mezuzahs, they're available on our website. We'll link to everything we have. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we do in the comments. If you have any questions, comments, or issues, or topics that you want to see discussed, please let us know. Yep. This is our 4th of July edition. So happy 4th of July tomorrow. Yes. It's my daughter's birthday on Friday, so happy birthday, Kayla. She's in camp. She won't see this. Anyway, great. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, Wisdom.
is our 5% off code.
It will even work on the scrolls.
Yes, and important to note as well, some of the mezuzahs that we do offer are going to come with paper, like actual printer paper.
That's just
to put so you can see where the scroll is supposed to go. We do not put the scrolls inside the mezuzah. It's two separate items that go back in your packages.
Correct, right. And make sure that if you do want the scroll with the mezuzah case, to include that effort. There's a little button at the bottom to include it. But in any case, all right. Well, I'm Isaac. This is Kana, and thank you for joining us.